Good morning, folks. Welcome to our Sunday service. Welcome to all of you who are here in the sanctuary and to those of you who are at home. My name is Sharon Tice, and I'm your practitioner of the day. So let us begin by sitting quietly. Shut your eyes or keep a soft gaze. Scan your body for any areas of tension and focus on relaxing those areas. Keep your feet planted on the ground, on the floor, feeling the energy of Mother Earth coming up through that ground, up through that floor, and into your feet, and moving up throughout your body. Take deep, even breaths and slowly release those breaths. Intentional living is living in the present, living with purpose, direction, and meaning. It is the conscious creating of your own reality and brings you a more mindful and joyful life. Intentional living is making your own choices, not letting others make choices for you. It is setting your own goals, and this leads to a better life. So live every day with intention and purpose. Choose to live a life of purpose. In setting your goals and making purposeful decisions, focus on being useful, being honorable, being compassionate, and making a difference. Focus on what truly matters and let go of the rest. Take steps that are comfortable for you. Focus on daily gratitude, which gives you a positive attitude. Define your values. And as you begin to open your eyes and return to the room, remember to live every day with intention and purpose. Set your goals and find purpose and meaning in your life, opening up yourself to more peace and more joy. Be grateful for what you have. That opens you up to receiving more blessings. Knowing this to be true, begin to return to the room. Namaste.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jackson Roush. I'll be playing music with you all today, which is incredible in itself. Also incredible is we have a true icon of the Prescott music scene here today. If you listen to anyone play guitar in this town, there's a good chance that they took lessons with this guy, and we have him here today to put on a clinic of guitar greatness. This is Mr. Drew Hall, and he will be doing the solo songs today. Now, I do have to plug one thing he will be doing coming up in August on the 16th at what was formerly the Prescott Center for the Arts. You know, the old, I think, Catholic church is now apparently called the Hazeltine. I had no idea. And August 16th at 7 p.m., he will be part of a Latin flamenco jazz fusion trio of guitarists, including Anton Teschner and Slim Gamble from Nashville, I believe. And he is no slouch. You know, people ask me, why don't you move to Nashville? And I'm like, because I like to eat. The musicians get that joke. Anyway, and also we have Reverend Helen here today on special assignment, and she brings all 9 volts of a 9-volt battery, and I'm looking forward to hearing her talk today. She's great. Today's first song is courtesy of Motown icon Eddie Watkins Jr., who is also a CSL member. And his songs are toe tappers, so feel free to tap your toe and clap your hands. And this song is very important because it is one of those lessons. It's one of those things that you can say to yourself but not feel at all, if you know what I mean. And so this song helps to remind you that you're not supposed to just say it, but feel it. And so we say it over and over again and let it sink in. Hey man, if this was easy, everyone would do it. But the refrain is, all is well. Let's practice saying that. All is well. And unfolding as it should. Here comes my lead clapper. Let's do it like this. And we'll sing this first verse a cappella. Well, I'm not worried about tomorrow. Today I declare freedom from yesterday's mistakes of the past. Well, today all things are made brand new, and don't it feel so good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should. I can change my reality by changing my mind. Perfect peace, joy, and happiness is yours, and it's mine. I am love, and so are you. And don't it feel so good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should. All is well, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, all is well. All is well and unfolding as it should. I'm cloaked in the Spirit. I am fed by the divine. I am one with all that is. My soul is free from time. I am blessed, and so are you. And don't it feel so good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should. All is well. All is well. That sounds so good. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. That's true for everything. All is well. All is well. The divine spirit is directing me right now. All is well. All is well. We're going to say this a couple times. All is well. Say it again now. All is well. You can say it inside your mind. All is well. But say it one more time. All, I'd like to say it again. All is well. And unfolding as it should. Bob's telling you to do jazz hands, so as it what? Should.
And all is well. And yes, I am not Reverend Tracy. I am Diane Gazelle, one of the practitioners here. I know that you will hold Reverend Tracy in your heart and your prayers. Her mom is been in ICU all week, so she is not here today. And just keep your prayers for her mom, her dad, Reverend Tracy, and the family. So thank you. And welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Prescott. We come here to be spiritually nourished, to connect with one another. And you are all so welcome. It's good to see you. Before we begin, our Mr. Clay has a video to share about an upcoming concert.
Hello, everybody. I am back from Peru. I am so happy to be home, but it is warm here in Phoenix, I have to say. I'm so honored to be able to bring my new album, Unchained, to CSL Prescott. On August 16th, we are going to do an album release. I'm going to sing as many of the songs as I possibly can, and you will get a free digital download of the album as well. So I hope to see you there, and take care until I see you and hug you in person. Bye.
My heart is calling for some peace. It's healing every part of me. It's time to honor my own light. It's time that I say yes to my life. There's no place for the darkness to be. It's time to feel the sunshine in me.
And so let us pray. For what I know is that we are blessed to be here this morning, blessed to be among and within and without all that there is. For there is only that one that goes by so many different names. But no matter what name is given to it, it is the one, the only, of which we are all a part. And I know that this morning's service will go beautifully because Spirit's in charge. And I know that the rest of the day will go well for all who are here, for we are all blessed. So it's with great joy that I release my word unto the law of the one, knowing that as I do, it is so, and so it is.
So it is. And this song reminds me of, I was playing a show at a venue in Central Phoenix called Last Exit Live, and after sound check, I walked down the street to a Chinese food place, which is the only place you can get food in that part of town. Anyway, this guy was standing there, and I just started talking to him, and I don't know, I just ask strangers random questions and see what they say. And I asked this guy, I said, what's the most important part of being a dad? And he said, without hesitating, he said, ending the generational trauma. And I was so humbled, man. I was like, that's a great answer. Sing this with me. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that you're
Thank you, Jackson. That was beautiful. Today's reading that I selected is short, but I believe that it's powerful. It's a quote by Albert Einstein, who said, "If you want to have a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people, not to things." So take a few moments to reflect on those words. And if I could ask the candlelighters to come up. The Center for Spiritual Living Prescott, guided by the science of mind, acknowledges the diverse faiths and spiritual traditions that enrich our world. Each belief system offers a distinct understanding of the mysteries of existence and a unique connection with the divine. Lighting these candles symbolizes our collective reverence for the diverse paths that humans take in search of meaning and purpose. In this shared moment, we affirm and celebrate the multiplicity of the human experience. And so we light a candle for Christianity based on teachings of Jesus the Christ, who taught the path of love, forgiveness, and healing by the presence within. For Islam and its teaching and belief in the one and only God, creator of the heaven and earth. For Judaism, a community of shared laws, traditions, and family ties, which began with the covenant between Abraham and God. For Buddhism, the middle path of non-attachment that ends suffering. For Hinduism, the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. For the traditions of the indigenous people everywhere and their close and sacred connections to the earth, the sky, and the waters. And for Baha'i, the path of unity and peace. For the goddess traditions, celebrating the power and wisdom of the feminine energies, including nurture and nature. And for the science of mind, a philosophy of life that teaches there is a power for good in the universe, and we can use it. Thank you, ladies. And let us read the words on the screens. I am here for God. My purpose is to express the nature of God as love, abundance, and joy in everything I do. The good I seek for myself is what I desire for all people everywhere.
Hello, I'm Drew Hall. I'm going to do a couple songs for you today. This is a Brian Wilson song. Brian passed away back in June, one of the greats of all time, a songwriter. It's one of my favorite of his songs. I was sitting in a crummy movie, my hands on my chin. All the violence that occurs seems like we never win. Love and mercy, that's what you need tonight. Love and mercy to you and mercy tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Drew. That was beautiful. And it is my joy to introduce our guest speaker today. Many of you will recognize her, know her already. I am so appreciative that she was able to step up at a very short notice because Reverend Tracy was going to try to be here. But we have the lovely Reverend Helen Downey, who is a former pastor of the Maui Religious Center in Hawaii, where she immersed herself in the Hawaiian culture. She soon realized she was Hawaiian at heart long before she became a Hawaiian resident. Following years on Maui, she returned to the mainland, relocated to Ashland, Oregon. While there, she supported local CSL centers with guest speaking, teaching classes, and fundraising while enjoying the beauty of the Pacific Northwest. Her most recent move brought her to Prescott 3 years ago. She is appreciating Prescott's friendly atmosphere and wonderful energy, and is delighted to have found CSL Prescott, where she felt right at home from her first visit. So welcome, Reverend Helen.
Thank you. Good morning. Yes, when I got that call from Diane on Thursday afternoon, I was just delighted at the invitation and said, absolutely, I can be there. And then I said, I have no clue what I'll speak on, but Spirit will handle it. And within seconds after we ended that call, the voice came in and said, base it on the 4 agreements. Now, I love the 4 agreements, have since it came out. You know, I looked at when it was published, it's almost 30 years ago. So I guess that means most of us were teenagers then. But it impacted me, it changed my life. And 2 particular agreements, 2 and 3, which we'll speak about, they just are with me all the time and come in so often. It's just part of my being. I consider them part of my spiritual tool belt of tools that I need when things get a little funky. So I am delighted to be here today with you. And before I dive right into the 4 agreements, I want to just make note that, you know, we're living in strange and different times, and very difficult times for some people. And sometimes it's easy to get agitated, confused, hurt, angry, frightened, whatever it is. I just remembered I'm not bound to this. I mic'd up today. Thank you. I can move. Anyway, so what I wanted to start with is something from our founder and the author of The Science of Mind, and just such a driving force behind so much in the metaphysical movement, and that's Dr. Ernest Holmes. And so, I forget, the screens are up here now. So he led into this and said, let us learn to practice faith until all fear disappears, until life ceases to be a funeral dirge and becomes a song of joy. To find peace in the midst of confusion, we must realize our center in pure spirit. To reach this place of confidence and faith in the midst of doubt and uncertainty, we should consciously unite our thought with the divine mind. And we're talking about agreements in a moment. And I looked up, for my own purposes, what is an agreement? Specifically, what is an alignment? Can those be synonymous? Well, not quite. They're a smidge off, but close. And also uniting with divine mind. We align with divine mind. We agree that we're one with divine mind. So I would suggest that you all, and many of you may have your own spiritual toolboxes or go-tos that help bring you back to center. And so I say when we're faced with fear or anxiety or just nervousness, like before you get on a stage or a dais, that we just consider something like this, taking a nice, long, slow, deep breath, deep into the center of our being, and then declare a truth statement like such. I am one with divine mind. I align my thoughts and feelings with that God presence within me, the energetic force of all creation. I allow the calm, peace, wisdom, and strength of that presence to guide, guard, sustain, and protect me every day in every way. I am safe and secure and surrounded by love. And that's just what came to me when I was starting this talk. So now, here's what I'll say about spiritual tools. I had memory issues even way back when, and so big, long things were a challenge for me, so I like little short tidbits. So, but if you resonate with either of these readings or anything else that's special to you, then as you read that and speak it to yourself, bring it into every fiber of your being. Bring it into every cell. Own it. Feel. What does it mean when I'm uniting my thought with the divine? Can I feel it now? Yeah. Once you really have that feeling as a go-to automatically, then if you get rattled about something, you can just say something, a little short declaration like divine life, or all is well. All is well in my life and in my world. One that I have used and love a lot is God in the midst of me is mighty. I like that one when I have second thoughts, when I'm nervous about a meeting or a phone call or whatever it may be. God in the midst of me is mighty. And I have to tell you, that one came out of, it was the little spiritual clip from a Unity Daily Word 100 years ago. But that has been one of my absolute go-tos. So let's just say this. What is an agreement? Webster defines an agreement as harmony of opinion, action, or character. First definition. Second, an arrangement or understanding as a contract or treaty about action to be taken. I would say that most of us here are already in some sort of agreement. And I say that because, one, we share a harmony of opinion, the science of mind philosophy and teachings and metaphysics overall. Two, we share an action, getting ourselves here this morning. Three, we share a character, curiosity, and interest in spiritual growth, enjoying a safe and welcoming environment, and positive life messages. That sounds pretty much like we're already in agreement. So, would you agree that that seems that we are in some agreement already? Besides agreement with others, Ruiz delves into the agreements we've made throughout our lives, from birth on. And essentially, these are with all the people and even the institutions, whether it's schools, businesses, jobs, whatever, in our lives. Our families, our friends, our teachers, our employers, partners, and so on. These agreements wind up being who we think we are or who we think we are not, how we should act, what we can or cannot do. And the list seems endless about how we should show up in the world. And they can, of course, shift over time just naturally. Life is shifting all the time. Don Miguel sheds light on how these inner agreements come into play and the staggering effects they can have in our life, because most of them reach the point where subconsciously we're working from them. We're not even consciously aware that we're doing that. And he also offers insights on new agreements. Agreements to help us choose new agreements for ourselves and just break off any old agreements that as we dig deeper into our core, we recognize, and then we can let them go. Then we take action into living the life that we're meant to have and being the person we're really meant to be. Has anyone read the Four Agreements? Yes? Well, it's not news to you, but always a refresher is great, isn't it? And I read, as I said, I read it first nearly 30 years ago. And I've taught it many times, and I told you I have my two particular favorites that work so much for me on a regular basis. I don't want to say favorites, they're all fabulous, but they're very practical action in my life. He writes that a person's life is determined by these agreements that they've made with themselves about what's possible for them and how they should behave and their worth, our worth as a person. So his book is an invitation to break free from the old, oppressive, mostly subconscious agreements and live a fuller, happier life. We all want that, don't we? No problem with that. Now let's touch on what these four agreements are. First agreement. Does anyone, I know a lot of you have read it. Someone going to give me the first agreement? It's probably up there already. Be impeccable with your word. Simple but powerful. In fact, he calls it the most important of the four agreements. He writes that your word is the power you have to create. What other animal has spoken word? Just the human animal, as far as we know, on this planet. The first agreement is speaking only what you mean, avoiding negativity, directing your words toward positive outcomes, toward positive thoughts. Your words, you know, we say in the movement, in this philosophy, thoughts are things. Words are things. They are causal. They are creative. And we also believe in the law of cause and effect, the law of mind. What we put out there returns to us. Different forms, perhaps, but there's a flow that's going with what we put out into our world. Also the thoughts we tell ourselves. So it's about being mindful of your language and its impact on yourself, because we're talking to ourselves all day long. So it's important about that impact on yourselves and others. We say the impact can be life-affirming. Let's say this, we're positive words, loving, forgiving, encouraging, or it can be painful, devastating, destructive. Either choice has impact. And I say choice because when it all comes back to us, we have choice. We do have choice. The more fully that we can realize that, we can make a conscious effort. We all fall back, we slip, but if we constantly are determined to make a conscious effort to be more mindful, more kind, more impeccable with our word, we know that we're making a positive impact on the world around us. So remember, what you put out does return to you, so it benefits us and our world to put out as many kind-hearted, positive, encouraging words as we possibly can. Ruiz calls the word the tool of magic, but cautions that like a sword, it has two edges and cuts both ways. So your word can create the most beautiful dream, or it can destroy everything around you. One word can change a life or destroy the lives of millions of people. He also reminds us that words are like seeds that are planted in a fertile soil of the mind. However, he tells us that the mind soil is fertile only for the seeds it's prepared for. So what do you think your fertile mind is prepared for? If we have a mainstream of being down and worried and frightened, suspicious, the world just never works for me, what do you think the kind of seeds are going to be that we attract into that mind? Well, the universe always says yes, so, oh, here you go, here's another problem for you. Just trying to do my work up here. So, it's important that our own field is ready for seeds of love and not fear, of lifting up, of not tearing down. This reminded me of the Cherokee legend of an elder who told his grandson, "You have two wolves fighting inside of you, a good wolf and an evil wolf." And the little boy's eyes got big, and he said, "Which one will win?" And his grandfather, the elder, said, "The one you feed." So we each have those wolves inside of us. And they're struggling always for our attention. They want us on their team. They want to be able to impact our lives. But we get to choose the wolf we feed. We get to choose the seeds we draw into our fertile mind. And when we feed the goodness, the kindness, the compassion, and support, which I think almost everyone in this room, that would be your vote. Or we feed the harmful wolf. And I'm just not a fan of the word evil, so I used harmful. And with that, we could do it with words that are lies or fear or mistreatment or injustice. So Don Miguel reminds us that impeccability of our word can lead to our personal freedom, take away all fear, and transform your life. So remember, be impeccable with your word. The second agreement, do not take anything personally. Whoa, disclosure, this was a toughie for me. Holy moly. And it still comes up, but oh man, I've gotten so far past it. Do not take anything personally. How are you all with that? Is it easy? Not easy. Does it take real commitment to try to say, that's not about me? This agreement is a reminder that not everything is about you or me. Did you know that? I'm sure we've thought about that at some point. But somehow when we're taking in stuff, it feels very personal. So, I ask you, because I really did say when I first read this, how can I not take that personally? If someone came up to you and directed a disparaging remark to you or smacked you across the face, do you think you would take that personally? I mean, it would be hard not to feel that it was personal, right? But I wondered that too. And if someone says something difficult or does something physical, and we are in a world where physical things happen, assaults happen, encounters happen. How can that not be personal? Well, it really took me a long time to read and reread and try to get what he was telling us. His words are very clear that everyone is reacting to their own life experience, their disappointments, their indignities, their pain, their perspective, their experience of the world, and their ways of coping. So it really doesn't have anything to do with us. It's all about them. And such is true for us when things come spilling out of us. It's really about what's going on in here. How are we handling it? So it was really good for me personally to reach that point where I got it. Took a while, but I got it. It finally made sense to me. And that is not about excusing behavior. It's not about saying there shouldn't be accountability for something that's not appropriate. But it frees us from the question of, why would they do that to me? What did I do? Why am I a bad person? Self-inquiry, and not the best kind of questions, more accusatory. So, as I realized that concept, it led me to a more compassionate way of looking at my own words to myself and to anyone else, and to anyone who may be bringing up things that I'm challenged by. So that keeps me, or us, from an immediate reflex response. if we just take a breath, get centered, and make a conscious thought about how we're going to reply. And most likely it's going to be more appropriate and kinder. So remember, don't take anything personally. Okay, how about this one? That second one, don't take things personally and don't make assumptions. Those are my two biggies. So how are you about assumptions? Do we make many assumptions? Kind of a human quality, isn't it? Now, many years ago, the first comment I kind of heard about assume was, when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. Well, Don Miguel doesn't go there. He does, however, school us about assumptions, saying, and this is heavy, all the sadness and drama you have lived in your life was rooted to making assumptions and taking things personally. We create a lot of emotional poison just by making assumptions and taking things personally. And he adds, because usually we start gossiping about our assumptions. And he refers to gossip as the transfer of poison to another person. Wow. Just take a moment to think about that. We can actively manufacture and transfer poison to other people. I don't think we want that on our resume, do we? So the reason we make these assumptions is because we don't know what's going on. And we fear asking a question to get clarity on a situation, whether it's a look that someone gave us or a word that was said or we didn't get the job, whatever it was. So in our very creative minds, we just make up the story. And we're very elaborate and very good at making up elaborate stories about what the situation is, which has nothing to do with truth. When we continue to think, speak, and act from our imagined reality, chaos ensues. Does anyone in here need more chaos in their life? Nah. I'd rather leave chaos as a word that's just there in the dictionary that never really comes into my own life. So remember, he's telling us it's always better to ask questions than to make assumptions, because assumptions set us up for suffering. Suffering. We do not need suffering. We believe in a philosophy that says we're here to live life and live it abundantly and to enjoy it and to enjoy others and to celebrate it. We don't need suffering. So plain and simple, we can let that go. The fourth agreement, and this last of the four, always do your best. He writes that this agreement is about the action of the first three agreements, and he encourages you to always do your best, no more, no less, while asking us to remember that our changes moment by moment. Think about it. Life itself is fluid, always changing. So too is your best. Your best when you're sick, tired, overworked, overwhelmed, sad, in grief. Your best is going to be probably pretty low by what your normal is. But guess what? If your intention that day is to do your best, you've done it. And other days, the world is going great. Your best is up here, and you're rocking it, and you're loving it. And there's no need to compare. There wasn't a success and a failure. Both of those were your best. Clay, tell me how many minutes. I can't read it. Okay. Oh, okay. We're going to skim right through the fourth agreement. Okay. We're going to give you half of this here. Anyway, what can I say? So much good stuff. When I taught this, it was in 4 weeks. We took an agreement a week. Hard to bring it into 20 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this on up here. Okay. So always do your best, but he reminds us we do fall down. He tells about it, he falls down. Just get up, dust yourself off, and the next day, let your intention be to always do your best. And also remember that action is what you're doing. Doing your best is taking action, and that's about living fully. And he says, I liked this line. It was nice to revisit it. Inaction is the way we deny life. Expressing who you are is taking action, and action is always in the present moment. So I'm going to mention here that there's also, now that we've done some sort of cliff notes on the 4 agreements, there is a follow-up book, The 5th Agreement. I don't know if many of you have read that. But, you know, I knew we'd run out of time, so that's just the teaser in case you're interested in revisiting that one. So what came about me with these agreements, too, was that we are in very perilous times in history. And that can make people feel mad, sad, confused, frightened, even threatened, and at risk on a daily basis. And if you're paying attention, it's not difficult to have these feelings. However, it truly does no good for us or the situations to linger in negative emotions, fear, doubt, anger, hostility that can drain us of our hope, our faith, our confidence, our peace in ourselves and in this thing called life. And it can also lead to being a part of the problem rather than the solution. And we're solution people, aren't we? Okay. So when we have these emotions spilling over us, I'm going to skip this. I just say, go to your toolbox. Go to your best book, your favorite verse, biblical or out of the text, or any number of things. Take 10 minutes to just meditate on what a wonderful world you have. State your truths, spiritual mind treatment, declaration, whatever it may be. Don Miguel says, we were born with the right to be happy. You were born with the right to love, to enjoy, and to share your life. You are alive, so take your life and enjoy it. You can only do your very best when you are you. Be your authentic self, who you are destined to be. Be a nerd, be an academic, just be you. The world is waiting for you. In closing, famous words, let me ask you this. Can we be in agreement that there is a power for good in the universe greater than we are and we can use it? Yes. Can we be in agreement that life is for us and never against us? Yes. Can we be in agreement to actively live our lives authentically? Yes. And finally, can we be in agreement to be impeccable with our word, to not take anything personally, to not make assumptions, and to always do our best? You are wonderful, and so it is. Treatment now? Yes. So I have a blessing to share with you. I'm going to begin just a brief statement, and then take us into a blessing that has nothing to do with the 4 agreements, except that as you hear it, there are common threads. And it's by an acclaimed Irish theologian, author, and poet, John O'Donohue, and it's called Blessing for Presence. But first, let me invite you to just close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Center into your core of your being. Let the music comfort you, surround you, embrace you, caress you. And know that there is one life, one perfect life. That life is God. That life is Spirit. That life is perfect. And that life is our life now. And in this moment, I claim for each and every one here and everyone watching that this is the life that animates you, that sustains you, supports you, encourages you, protects you, loves you. And I know that we embrace the 4 agreements and we choose to make better choices, more positive choices, more frequently in our life, because those are what we believe in. And I give thanks for that. And as I share this blessing with you, and there will be a handout for you as you leave if you want to take it home. I also send this out to Reverend Tracy, her mom, and the whole family. Awaken to the mystery of being here and enter the quiet immensity of your presence. Have joy and peace in the temple of your senses. Receive encouragement when new frontiers beckon. Respond to the call of your gift and the courage to follow its path. Let the flame of anger free you from all falsity. May warmth of heart keep your presence aflame. May anxiety never linger about you. May your outer dignity mirror an inner dignity of soul. take time to celebrate the quiet miracles that seek no attention. Be consoled in the secret symmetry of your soul. May you experience each day as a sacred gift, woven around the heart of wonder. And I know this blessing resonates with each of you and cooperates with you in that heart of wonder. And for this I give thanks as I send these words out into the perfect activity of mind, saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is.
Sing this with us. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white. The bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I want to hear Drew Hall play over this, y'all, so. 2, 3. Well, the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
is a wonderful, is a wonderful world. Thank you so much, Jackson and Drew. And so, to contribute to this wonderful world right now, we get to share in that law of circulation where we give of our time, our talent, and our treasure. So I invite the ushers to come forward, and please say with me, the words are on the screens for you. Divine love in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, life. And thank you again, Drew.
This may be the first time there's ever been a Hall & Oates song played here. It's not Man-Eater, sorry. It's a deep cut. Yeah, a song called Don't Hold Back Your Love. And I know what it's like to be forgotten, left alone with simple dreams, and even dreams are fading fast. No one to turn to, and you can't sleep at night. Waking up to another day that'll soon be over. And if you think time has forgotten you, well, just look into my eyes and know the times we'll share. Don't hold back your love. I know it's here. I want to see come to life before my eyes. Don't hold back your love. Show me your heart, and I will always be here by your side. Don't be mistaken, we still got work to do. You gotta get up every single day and face the judge and jury. No one will notice, they got their own lives. We got something they all want, it'll be their surprise. And if you think there is no place to run, well, just hold on to my hand and face whatever comes. Don't hold back your love. I know it's here. I want to see come to life before my eyes. Don't hold back your love. Show me your heart, and I will always be here by your side. One more chance to find a higher ground. One more chance before the curtain's down. One more night to turn your life around again. Don't hold back your love, and I know it's here, and I want to see come to life before my eyes. Don't hold back your love, show me your heart, and I will always be by your side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Drew, so much for sharing your heart and your talents with us this morning. And I invite the ushers forward. And as we know, we give and we receive. We embrace that law of circulation, for we know that Spirit holds nothing back from us. And in that space of who and what we are, as we give, we also receive. Thank you all for being part of this today, for sharing your treasure. I know that we are all so grateful, and I simply say, and so it is.
And so it is.
And so at this time, we take a moment to welcome anyone who is here new for the first time or returning maybe after some time. We welcome you just to stand up and let us know who you are. And after service, you are welcome to go to the used book section back, and Sudra or Lura, whoever back there today, will point you. You can receive a book.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are willing, I invite you just to stand up and introduce yourself.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Brianna Alexander. This is my first time here. I've lived here for about 4 years, and I actually found this place because I drew an oracle card that had a labyrinth on it. So I wanted to create a yard labyrinth, and so I was looking them up worldwide. You can on this app you can look for the labyrinths, and then it directed me to here.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then I meet this one, and then I met this one not too long after. I've been watching online for about, I don't know, 5 weeks or so. And then I meet this one, and then all of a sudden she's like, I'm speaking there.
Welcome, Brianna. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, so before we finish this up, I just want to remind you that we do offer prayer after the service is over, and I invite you to take yourself and your conversations out into Sibley Hall, so those who want to have prayer can do that here. Also, over by the kitchen area are the prayer requests. If you want a written prayer request, the practitioners will pray the prayer that you are asking for during the week. We have all kinds of ways you can express your prayer. If you just want to put a prayer on the wall right in the vestry there are 2 ways you can do that. One is you can just word a prayer, and if you want to keep it private, you just put your words towards the wall, and you can also share your gratitudes. So thank you for that. So together, we will say our closing affirmation.
And why don't we stand up and grab a hand? Or should we
All
not?
right. We can do that if we are
Let's do
comfortable
that.
doing so. Absolutely. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is happening through my mind, my body, and my affairs. I think it, I believe